Hi, this video gives you insight to the painting process of a landscape wherein a lot of portion is devoted to elements in nature.
This is the final outcome. And just panning the camera randomly just to give you different views from different angles. For this painting, I decided to take a different approach. I decided to go for the smaller shapes first and then the broader one or the bigger one. Normally, my approach is the other way around. I mean, I would first go for bigger shapes and then for the smaller ones. But here I have reversed the process. As you can see, I've started with a very small portion. When you ultimately get to see the end result, you'll be able to figure out exactly which area I'm working on. But if you remember in the beginning of this video, I showed you the final outcome. So it is easier even now for you to figure out exactly which area I'm working on. And considering the fact that the tones and the colors will not remain same as the watercolor dries, we have to plan out the entire painting in advance. And then, even if you plan out many tones, shapes, patterns, desired texture, and the colors and the color combinations and the tonal variations, still in watercolor, there is always a possibility that uh, the water and the color will take its own course. You cannot avoid that. That's why watercolor is characterized by better judgment of tones and especially how water behaves on paper in your painting precisely. But of course it's difficult to figure out each and every time, so that is why every time you paint, especially in watercolor, it's a kind of experiment. And over the time, with practice and with experience, you get better and better at it. But of course you need tenacity and patience to learn this technique or especially this medium. But ultimately when you are okay with it, when you build a sort of rapport with it, you ultimately feel joyous and really happy and content. And there's a different level of sense of achievement in case you are able to learn to be comfortable with this medium. But as I mean, it's there with all the mediums, but I feel more affinity with watercolors, so I can tell about that medium. Please let me know in the comment box what you feel about your own medium, whether you are comfortable with only one medium. If yes, then which is that medium? Or else whether you are able to build a very good rapport with different mediums, more than one. And if it is there, then wow, let me just congratulate you. But then in the comment box, let me know which is the which is the element that you like the most in painting and especially in handling that particular medium or different mediums. For me, it is watercolor and it is the changing behavior of water. Even if you do it over a period of time, still the behavior of water is kindly it remains unpredictable. And this goes even in case you are using the same brand of colors, same brushes, or the same brand of brushes as well, and even paper. I would go ahead and say, even if your paper, brush, colors, and even your size, even if it doesn't change over a period of time, still the behavior of water is something that's beyond your control. But at the same time, it is the beauty of this medium that makes it both challenging and interesting, and in fact magnetic or inviting to be able to create new works of art, new painting. So, but that's of course that's how I relate to watercolors. Maybe you relate to some other medium of yours in a different manner. So for me, it is the behavior of water. What is it for you with your own medium, with your favorite medium? Which element uh, attracts you towards your own medium? Let me know in the comment section. Please watch this video till the end and leave your comments below in the comment section. If you like this video, then kindly yes, please like, share and comment, and explore my channel by viewing other videos on this channel, for which the links have been provided at the end of this video. Usually, I try to get different types of contrast intermingled into my composition, into my painting, and the process as well, in order to create interest, visual interest. Some of these types are cool and warm colors, so temperature, the visual temperature of colors. You can find that element here as well. Right now I'm doing, and even after the process is completed in the final outcome also, this cool and warm color element is going to be present. Then sharp edges versus soft edges. Okay. And then you also have smaller, medium size and bigger shapes, variation in the size of the shapes, then variation in colors. I mean the thickness of the color. Some of the colors I allow them to spread over, and some are just static over there. Of course, this in watercolor also depends upon the amount of water I have used, but it's basically about the shapes of color and spreading of color. Then there is one very important aspect for me in watercolors, and that is there's one type of uh, contrast that I always try to keep, many times at least, if not always, and that is the controlled shapes. So, some shapes we are able to control very nicely, which is possible by, of course, keeping the drawing precise. In other words, simply we draw some shapes and we definitely know that this is the shape and the color should not go beyond this, or color should not um, enter into this shape a wrong color. However, in contrast with this, we also have certain shapes that we cannot control, or at least I do not believe in controlling each and every part of the painting. One of the reasons probably could be that my medium is watercolor, wherein the behavior of water is not always predictable. However, even in when I do acrylic colors and when I do even oil on canvas, there are certain shapes that I keep vague, especially in the planning stage. I would rather keep certain shapes unplanned, because the beauty lies also in the process. and whatever comes to my mind, whatever I feel is good at that moment in the process of painting, I would keep that area like that. I would treat that shape that way, or the texture that way, or any other element in composition that in that particular manner, which I feel is appropriate while the process of painting is going on. Right now, coming back to this particular painting, now see, I'm using many lines as against gray big mass of, say, the the mountain behind these branches, but the contrast here is against broad and soft edges, gray color mountains. Against that element we have very sharp lines.